Hey guys, it's Megan with Megapixels Media. As you guys know, I'm a wedding photographer and a small business owner. When the pandemic started, I noticed a lot of my small business friends really struggling because they weren't able to get into their shops, their boutiques, and for small business owners like myself who work with people very closely, we weren't allowed to do that non-essential work. In which case we saw a lot of our business just kind of plummet to the side, and as for the wedding industry, everything was rescheduled, and like all of our business is just swept off in the wind out of nowhere. So I had this idea that I really wanted to put in place to kind of uplift each other and to help us out. And what I did was I posted on my Instagram and in my Facebook group saying to all small business owners, if you have a product or if you have a service that you would like me to showcase on Instagram or any of our social media platforms, I would be more than happy to do that. And if you have any products that you would like photographed for any content, send them to me in a box and put a shipping label, a return shipping label in the box, and I'll send it back once I'm done with it. So since then, I have got a few things in the mail, and I just wanted to show off the first box that I got, which was from Tanya from Elite Secrets, and she sent me a box this big. She owns a bridal boutique in Baltimore City, and she sent me like 5 veils. She sent me a box of jewelry and sashes and like belts and things for me to work with. She's opening her online shop, and she asked for some product photos and also some detail photos that she could show off online for like for any marketing materials. So I said this is a great opportunity. So when I received the box, I started doing like TikToks of me shooting the materials, and got a lot of feedback on that, and a lot of questions on TikTok like how do I shoot these details, and what do you do about this, what do you do about that. So I just wanted to go into detail more about those details. So the first thing that I do is organize everything. So I like to have everything all together. Like on wedding days, details are the first things that I shoot on wedding days. So before the actual wedding day, I ask the bride, make sure you have everything that you want photographed together, maybe put it all in a box or in a bag. I let them know that's gonna be the first thing that I work on. Like as soon as I come in, I say, hey, how you doing? Feel out the energy. Do I need to get anything? Are we all good here? After I check out the energy, then I start to work on details. So I pull out everything that I have, or everything that she's put off to the side. I also ask that they kind of clean up the area, because nothing is more distracting in detailed shots than a crowded background. And I'm going to talk because my background has a lot of stuff going on in it, but it's a little distracting, and in wedding photography it's just something that I'll have to do, and sometimes it takes a lot of time to move other people's stuff. I don't necessarily like touching other people's stuff because I don't want to be responsible for anything that may or may not happen, so anything like that. So just make sure that your background is clear and that you have all of your materials all together. After that, I like to find a unique backdrop, something that kind of reflects the venue or even the theme of that day, and use that to shoot details on. If I can't find a unique background, then I'll just have to make one up. The next step is to find a place that has good lighting. So usually near a windowsill, or if you are shooting a nighttime, if you are shooting a wedding at night. If you are shooting a wedding at night where natural light isn't available to you, make sure that you have a separate light, or you can make sure that you have a separate light, or you can also use your flash. Let me show you one light that I like. If it's a nighttime wedding and I need something that kind of looks like natural light, I like to use this ice light. Where did we get this from?
Amazon.
You sure it wasn't B&H?
Nope, Amazon.
Okay, got this from Amazon. And see how thin it is. It's easy to pack up. It's got this little bendy thing. You just plug it in. You can also put it on a stand. So it's comes in handy. But if you don't have this, it's okay. You can always use your flash or get creative. So but you know, nothing beats good old natural light. So you know, you work with what you have when you have it. If you can use something that kind of reflects the venue, that's great. If not, it's fine too. I also like to include like the invitation suite into the detail shots because that tells a little bit more about the store. You can see the theme, you can see maybe a little bit of their love story. It kind of really reflects them. So if you're able to include the invitation suite in that, in your detail shots, then that's great. For the images that I did for Tanya, I bought my own thank you cards on my own stationery. So just bought some thank you cards because we can never say thank you enough, especially in this time where we're really trying to reach out to our clients and just to show them how much we really do appreciate their business and their support during this time. So we just can't say thank you enough. So now that you have everything all together, you have your light, you have your unique background, now it's time to arrange and assemble everything in your detail shot. So what I like to do is to put down my key pieces first. So the ring is always like a first that I put down, and then maybe like some jewelry, the necklace, the earrings, the bracelets, and maybe even the garter belt if it's available. So I arrange my key items first and then I build off of them. And I also make sure that everything is symmetrical because our eyes like looking at things that are symmetrical, and the better and the more symmetrical you can make it, the more our eyes will like it. And this is why it's great to have everything all gathered around you at one time so you can easily pick and choose what you need and what you don't need out of that shot. And when I'm shooting my details, when I have stationery, I like to make sure that everything is aligned straight. I like to make sure that, if I have, where is that stuff? So like if I have thank you cards, I make sure that they're aligned straight, and I also make sure that there's equal distance between each edges. It's hard to do here, but just making sure that it's equal because this looks better than that or that. So just keeping that in mind when I am arranging things. Also what I like to do at weddings for detail shots is, you know, sometimes you don't have everything that you need, or sometimes the bride doesn't have everything. So I like to help out a little bit and bring my own box of details to add in. These are just some small things that you can add. This is my detail box. I keep this in the car just in case I need something. So inside of it, I always keep a ring box. This is just a fake ring that I got from Amazon. I have all of my cards in here just in case. Here are all my thank you cards and everything. And also these are my thank you cards that I give to them on the day of. Just write it up real quick and throw it in a bag or something, just so they'd be like surprised. I like putting it like in their honeymoon bag. I know, buzzkill, but you know, when they're at their honeymoon and like, what is this? Megan dropped this in? Oh my gosh. So, you know, I do that. And so just different color ring boxes. Really like adding those in. I got these really cool scissors, which also keep in, you know, I would like to keep scissors with me anyway, because you never know when you have like something that needs to be cut. Gotta cut somebody. I got rock candy for absolutely no reason. I've got makeup brushes just for styling. And I've got some smoke bombs. I've got different colored ribbons that I use to lay down next to things. And I've got these cute little plates from Target. They've got a crab on it because we're from Maryland. That's what we do. And some other things. You know, the longer you have your box, the more you see little knickknacks around, and you're like, oh, that would be great to photograph. So there's just things in this box. And the longer I think you do this, the more crazy your box gets, and you just find little knickknacks and stuff like stamps and all sorts of things. So I highly recommend starting a detail box to bring with you on weddings, because it comes in handy when you need little things like this. And I know I've got a few fake rings in here because we have had situations where the ring has gone missing and you never know when you need a stand-in ring. So I'm just saying this box has helped out in a lot of times. Now, as far as shooting details, I like to start with my 24-70 lens, and then I move to my 100mm macro lens just for the closer detail shots. Also during this time, if there's a videographer or if I'm the videographer, I make sure that they are able to get the same shot that I have. So if I have everything lined up and arranged just like perfectly, then I ask them like, hey, did you want to get a shot of this before I dismember everything and give it back to the bride? That's just common courtesy, but you know, yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Dismember everything?
No.
Yeah, that's fine. You said dismember, not disassemble. That's fine.
Before you disassemble?
Disassemble.
Before you disassemble everything, just let your videographer know, or if you're doing videography that day too, don't forget to just do a nice clean sweep over what you have to include in the video. If you'd like to know my exact settings and how I get through these detail shots the fastest and get those shots that the bride really wants, I highly recommend that you subscribe to our Patreon. I'll link it down below and I can help you one-on-one with that. Alright guys, I hope this video was helpful and informative. Please let me know if you have any questions, if there's anything I can do to help. Remember, if you're a small business owner, feel free to reach out to me. I'd love to photograph anything for you. Of course, I can be reached at Instagram at Megapixels Media, and anything Megapixels Media, that's us. If you like this video, please subscribe below. I'm looking forward to connecting with you all. Have a great day. Bye.